The following episode is brought to you by Poison City Brewing, proud makers of Durban Poison Cannabis Lager, the beer that invites you to live your poison.
Alright, so welcome back to another episode of Sludge Underground. Tonight I have Zebra with me, and I'm fucking stoked to talk to these guys. Guys, introduce yourselves and what you do in the band.
My name is Sipe. I'm the loud noisemaker. I scream a lot. What?
Is that your introduction, bruh?
Yeah, should I say more? I'm the captain. They call me the captain. Now it's your turn. Go.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Wim die Bliksem with an X, so it's not a swear word in Afrikaans. I play guitar. I sometimes try and harmonize. I look at Ivan funny when he plays the right notes and I play the wrong notes. And yeah, Ivan.
Yes, I'm Ivan. I'm the bassist for Zebra. Probably drink the second most out of a band, and yeah, that's pretty much my job.
That's fantastic, guys. How would you, for someone who's never listened to you guys, how would you describe your music and what sort of style, what kind of genre you guys are?
Yeah. So I think we play music for the people. As cliche as that sounds, and I don't think we have a specific genre. We
Pub theater, dude.
Pub theater is what we have self-proclaimed genre.
Oh, it's basically the best cuckers show you'll see. Music-wise, it's just something that makes you feel good. There's no one genre kind of thing. Some of the songs are jazzy, some of the songs are punky. It's just a mixture of feel-good music kind of thing.
Oh, it's entertainment.
Well, yeah, since I can actually see all of you and probably no one else will with this, like, you guys look like you all draw inspiration from very different places. Like, how would you say has that influenced your music as a band, like coming together with your different influences? Whose influences each of you guys individually or as a band as a whole?
I think the beauty of Zebra for me is that we all come from sort of different backgrounds, and we all have different backgrounds in terms of music. So, we've got Ivan, who's more of a metalhead and really enjoys the metal side of music. Then you've got Wim, who's more of your straight up rock dude who loves rock and roll. And you've got Duncan, who is, I think, formatively into the jazz, but, kind of dabbles in everything. And myself, who sort of grew up with R&B and neo jazz and that type of stuff. And we all take little influences from our backgrounds and the music that we like, and we add it to what we make in our music. And I think that's why our music is such a weird, there is no specific genre that we fit into, there is that genre of pub theater, which is our own self-proclaimed genre.
So, like, how did you guys actually end up being a band with such sort of different backgrounds and such different influences? Like, how did this come together? How did Zebra come together? Because I'm trying to imagine like a sort of a jazz drummer meeting up with a metalhead, and saying, "Hey, we should start a band."
Everyone used to work for a drug cartel in the States. True story. And I was the mule. Ivan was the producer. So there's a long story behind it. And then we just started jamming as we were waiting for one of the shipments to come in. In the car, back of the car, Duncan had two pairs of sticks, just jammed around, and we were like, "Hey, that sounds cool. Let's just write a song." Obviously, we were on some of the substances we were selling. That's how we came back. It's a long story, bro, but happened in the States.
Does the story line up with everyone else's views on how this began?
From what I can remember, yeah.
I think we can sum up the way we met with one word, and that's Aandklas, bro, and drinking, I guess, and drugs. Yeah. I don't know if you know what Aandklas is.
Yeah, Aandklas is a venue up in Pretoria, if I'm not mistaken. Or
Yeah, we all either worked there together or played there together, and we kind of just yeah.
And like, I think like
Amalgamate.
the first time we saw each other was at like open mic night. And then we decided, but fucking, let's just do something for the hell of it. And well, people enjoyed it, and we decided, well, let's see how far we can take it.
that's great. Like, we're considering like you guys have a pretty big following on social media. It's become a lot more than 12 people.
Yeah, no, lots of it.
I mean, look, most people, when you say open mic, most people think there's 20 people at an open mic, right? And one thing, when we started playing open mics, at that time, it was quite a well-attended event. Every Sunday, 7:00, students were in Aandklas ready to watch open mic. It was that platform that any sort of up-and-coming artist wanted and needed. And it was just there for us, and we utilized it the way it should be utilized.
No, that's fantastic. A lot of artists look at open mics as just not something. So it's taking advantage of that would definitely be something that would be recommended to guys starting out.
Yeah, like I don't think there was one open mic in Pretoria that we missed. We were playing every show, putting petrol on our cars just to play a 30-minute freaking set that there might not even be someone. But we did it. We're like, no, we got a gig this weekend. Oh, cool. No one knew, like, we didn't actually make money. We lost money.
Kind of like a live practice with maybe some people and a bartender.
Pretty much, yeah.
And how has lockdown affected you guys in terms of, your music? Have you guys been working on things behind the scenes? What have you guys been doing during this time? Have you been writing new material or kind of just working on stuff that you guys already have?
Well, I know, we haven't allowed a lot of practice time, but there's a few new songs that have come up, which we're really excited about. And we did 2 live streams as well, which was quite fun.
Okay, fantastic. Where are you guys planning on doing more live streams, or are you guys getting back together for practices as the lockdown restrictions are easing?
I think as they ease, we try to obviously get together more and more to get rehearsals, and I think live streaming is definitely what the music industry has become for now. So I think we will capitalize as much as we can on it, because most bands you'll find that the lead singer will do a little acoustic vibe as a stream, but I think we don't work that as great as just a solo or a duo. We like to do the whole band thing. So yeah. I think as far as we can, we will try and do another maybe 2 or 3 before the end of the year, just to get people like, hey, we're still here, we're still doing what we do best, and we're still writing music and still bringing out new stuff.
Oh, fantastic. Like, one thing I have to ask is the name, guys. Where did the name come from? So obviously you guys formed working in a drug cartel. Was this the name formed from the substances, or is there a bit more of a meaning behind it?
Okay, so long story short again, as we were waiting for this shipment, right, doing the substances, we find out Duncan had slept with our boss's daughter, right? So we get a SMS saying, you guys need to get out of the country right now. Obviously intoxicated and stuff, you overthink and you go paranoid and all that stuff. And weirdly enough, our car broke down right there. And what was next to the road? Zebras, brah. I know what you're thinking. What are zebras doing next to the road? It's a lifesaver. God sent those zebras for us to come back to South Africa and start a band. It's a God-given thing.
This is the most well-orchestrated origin story I've ever had on the show. So I've greatly...
I practice in the mirror sometimes.
And I can see Ivan is having a nice drink there of some Durban Poison. And from what I gather, you guys are sponsored by Durban Poison. Walk us through that. How did that come about?
Jeez, I don't know.
David.
How did that happen?
One of the bartenders that was bartending with us actually got a job and finished studying, and he went to work for Durban Poison. And he said to me, "Prove yourself," and like maybe I could put in a word or something. And we just spoke to the right people, and they were like, "Yeah, let's do it." To our surprise, might I add.
We've actually ended up being sponsored by them as well as a show, so there's that connection there.
Very nice. Yeah, I've seen like they've been sponsoring a lot of new and up and coming people, which to me is really nice.
Yeah,
I agree with that because most brands they'll sponsor an artist that is established and out there, and that's gonna push up their sales. The fact that they're I don't know if it was ballsy enough to support up and coming artists and actually breeding the future of the industry is, for me, that is the most awesome thing about them.
And going a bit alternative, it's not the mainstream guys,
No, that's fantastic. It's always good to hear about people getting in on, like you said, the up and coming artists. So it gives a lot of dudes hope, really.
Yeah, straight up, man.
So in terms of shows that you guys have played, are there shows that stand out for you guys? Is there one in particular or a couple that stand out as either like the best or the worst or, somewhere in between?
I have one show that I absolutely enjoyed with my whole entire world was White Mountain. I enjoyed White Mountain. It was one of those shows where it's a festival for me that people actually went to the festival to listen to the music. You don't get a lot of festivals. People go to festivals to listen to music, but to party and have fun. That specific festival, people were there for the music, and like everything else came secondary to that. And that for me was the most beautiful thing about White Mountain. It's one of my favorite gigs. I don't know if you guys have any other ones you want to mention there.
No, I definitely agree with you. Like White Mountain, and I would say maybe Splashy Fen. Splashy Fen was really nice for me.
No. I think my favorite was Oppie Koppie Boys. Oppie Koppie was because we were like a year old or something, and we was playing a stage bigger than my house. That was pressure. That was pressure. I'm not gonna lie.
And dude, we were playing at 11 o'clock in the morning. When you get I think they call that the graveyard shift. In music, your graveyard shift is the early slots. And 11 o'clock in the morning, middle of the festival. And we thought, okay, we're probably going to have 10 people in front of us. And next thing you know, we've got over 100 people standing in front of us, like getting ready for our music. And it was phenomenal, man. It was something to remember.
No, that's fantastic. So from what you just said, there's 3 festivals that you've played, being White Mountain, Splashy Fen, and Oppie Koppie. Are there any other festivals other than that you guys have played?
Yeah, we've played what's that other one? What's the one in Secunda?
Misty Water.
We played Misty Waters. We've played what else have we played? Strab in Mozambique. Man, good time. Cablecraft Beer Festival. What was the one in Botanical Gardens with Jeremy Loops? I can't remember. It was Sunburn and Wonder. Sunburn and Wonder we played at Botanical Gardens in Pretoria. But yeah, I think we played quite a lot of festivals.
That's quite a repertoire of festivals, really. Like, what would your advice be to artists trying to get into these sort of lineups, into like festival lineups? How did you guys do it? How did that come about for you? Was it something that just happened, or was it more work and talking to the right people?
Yeah, you just get the organizers drunk as fuck, bro. Basically. No, I'm just kidding. You try and network at bars, and the law of the 6 kind of someone knows someone who knows someone who knows someone, and just a lot of it is luck. A lot of it is kissing ass and trying to just squeeze into the lineup or something like that. I can't give any tips because I don't know.
And I think also the other thing is your reputation must precede you. Because we've been a band for 3 years now. We only released music for the first time now in March this year, and I mean, we there was a point where we played every gig we could get. We played literally. We had gigs where we'd be paid $500 to bring a full band in, and we played everything that we could get, and we built up our reputation as that band that if you want a party to happen, you get that band to play. And I think that helps a lot when you're approaching festival organizers and you're like, hey, we want to play at your festival.
Yeah. Also get a manager, bro.
Booking agent or a
Yeah,
manager.
we've got David. Yeah, he's amazing, dude. And it sounds more professional because if you say, yeah, just talk to my manager, there's already a level of the organizer going, okay, this isn't just a kind of gig. This is a serious band and they're here to play, you know? I won't be disappointed kind of thing.
You know, like from what I gather, we've interviewed a couple of the bands being managed by David, and basically the general consensus is that the man is a machine. He handles things absolutely solidly, and he's one of the most professional people around, and is also one of the most respected people around.
Hell yeah! Shout out, David.
Evo.
Well, he didn't see my gangster signs now, but just imagine me waving peace like a gangster, bro. Peace.
Just basically cut out this section of the video that's recorded and just slot that in some way.
Yeah.
Now, you guys are saying that, you know, being that band that people will having that reputation of being that band that people can come out and party to. And I was listening to one of your tracks earlier called Guguletu, and you know, there was that line, Woza Puza Name Manje. Tell me a bit more about that. What brought that whole song into existence?
I used to drive this old 1979 orange Mini, right? Like a Mr. Bean Mini. And the radio completely broke out. So as I'm driving, I'm just humming to myself, kind of, you know. And I thought of these words. I'm like, yo, away. This is going to be good. So in my mind, I go to sleep there. I'm like, dude, I've got this idea. It goes, oh, Guguleto, right? I'm like, okay, but we need some like Zulu words to like squeeze in there. Because obviously I'm not the best at, like I say, Johnny, hello, you kind of thing. I'm like, what can we say? And he goes, I don't know. I'm like, okay, what? Come have a drink with me, kind of thing. And he goes, let me just ask my grandmother. I'm like, he's like, yeah, woza puza nami manje, kind of thing. I'm like, yeah, just put that in. Let's work with it. And that's how Guguletu started.
That is not the origin story I expected, but one of the greatest I've actually heard. And I was also watching the video to a song called New York.
Oh, man.
And it was
that's a beautiful one.
It was wonderful. Like the video was absolutely fantastic. Can you guys talk a bit more about that as well? Just the thought process behind that video and that song itself.
As far as the thought process behind the song, Vim actually wrote that song about a friend of ours. She left to go overseas to New York in that year, and I won't say he was, smitten or anything, but he wrote a song for it. This is before he was with his current girlfriend, and that song was meant for her, and he wrote that song, and it was one of the first songs that we ever rehearsed as a band, I think, and actually ever performed as a band, if I'm not mistaken. Or was that?
Yeah, I think so too.
Anyway, and I was like, you know what, this is a song that we come out to the world with. And at that time, I just finished varsity, and I had a friend of mine who was getting into the sort of video and filming and all that stuff, and Mikhail, and I was like, Mikhail, bro, I need a music video. He got his brother. They actually came up with the concept, and we loved it, and we went on with it, man.
Oh, you done like I thought. Sorry, it sounded like there was still more to the story.
Yeah, I was also waiting, man.
Like,
well, okay.
It was a sudden abrupt stop.
If I could add a little more, is that the music video was actually shot in this very house that I'm in right now. It's shot in the in my mother's dining room because, you know, low budget and stuff. And I mean, literally, they spent 3 days before the music video cutting up and putting together all those cardboard pieces and putting out all the cardboard instruments and mic stands and all that stuff, and only to have it destroyed in like 30 seconds. But it was amazing.
It was such a cool concept. I personally, my favorite touch was the onesie. I don't know if that was your creative decision or, if that was something originally planned.
I feel like that means you never seen us live.
Oh, son, come to a show, bruh.
So the onesie is Zebra. Like, if you see us performing, we perform in Zebra onesies. That's like who we are and how, like, kind of the gimmick that we've got attached to our band. We've been performing in onesies from the start, from when me and Vim started this thing in the beginning. We've always been performing in onesies, and it's kind of like a trademark of Zebras, I guess.
Yeah, but it fucking sucks sometimes, dude. Like when that thing
I can only imagine.
On tour, it's a mess, dude. You play a show, you take it off, it's covered in sweat. Tomorrow you drive to the next gig, take it out, put it on, and it's still like damp kind of effect.
Like put it off kind of like a wetsuit.
Sweat. Yeah, you smell the sweat and the alcohol and the cigarettes like burnt into the smell, bruh. It's horrible. You don't want to take photos with anyone because you're like, bruh, if you come close to me, you might just pass out. Not the smartest move.
Listen, if someone had to run out of a venue and come to me like, dude, these guys are up on stage in onesies, it would definitely pique my interest. I would definitely, cool. What's happening? What's up? Let's go check this out.
Yeah, and I think it's that shock factor. Is that, I mean, we'll walk in maybe wearing sort of normalish clothes, and then all of a sudden there's like these 4 guys walking around a bar in their Zebra onesies, and the next band up is Zebra. So immediately it starts to create that atmosphere of what the actual is going on. You know what I'm saying?
What am I about to experience?
Exactly. And that I feel like that sets the whole mood for the show.
Well, considering I haven't seen you guys live, when are you going to come down to Durban? Like, when this whole thing is over, would you guys come down and play a show here?
One of our best experiences in tours have been down to Durban. Durban was a great time. I think our very first tour, we went down to Durban. We were in, we played places like Station 43. We played in, what's Zululand, man? What's the place? Ishowe. Yes. We played Ishowe. We played Rocky Ridge in,
that's in the South Coast, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere.
Yeah. Far down south. And we played one of our favorite is Mantis and Moon in Mzumbe, just before Port Shepstone. Favorite venues. S43 as well, one of our favorite venues. We've played Sunday Social. Is it Sunday Social or Sunday Soul Sessions? What's it called?
I think it's like Social Sundays or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, the one there at the sports bar in Durban North. Pedro Carlo runs. Yeah. Flippin' dope venue. We love Durban. Durban is one of our, like, I feel like we have the most fun when we come down to Durban, and the crowds are amazing.
That's fantastic.
And the people are.
I remember playing a gig at Peaky Blinders, right?
Oh my god!
Is that the fish tank, like with the shark tank, like kind of in it, like
on the street
side?
So we get there. It looks amazing. We're like a bit early. We walk around trying to actually find the entrance, and CB goes up and he's like, "There's still builders and stuff. I don't know if it's like their opening night tonight or something." But basically, it comes down to they were behind schedule with building the actual bar. So we played the show for the owner, his wife, and
it was the owner. It was the owner and the booking agent.
Yeah.
So,
and like halfway through the set, the owner just stands up and like casually walks away, and I'm like, "Why are we playing?" So we played in a bar that wasn't open, basically.
Okay, so the story behind that is what happened was it was the second time we were coming down to Durban, and we thought, okay, a good idea would be actually to find some booking agents down there in Durban. And I won't mention her name. And this lady books us for 2 gigs, which was Peaky Blinders and Ashowe. And the first problem is we get to Ashowe, and obviously now she had asked us before if we could come with our own sound, and we said no. I mean, we're driving all the way from Joburg. We get to Ashowe, and our manager calls us as we arrive in Ashowe. Now imagine we're an hour and a half from where we were staying. We were in Belito, and we drove from Belito to Ashowe. We get there, and our manager calls us and says, "Hey guys, gig is cancelled. Couldn't get sound. Sorry." Problem number one. Anyway, we end up going inside the bar, meeting the owner and everything, and end up playing one of the most amazing sets and meeting the most amazing people in Ashowe and making the best of friends there. Then decide, no, we were actually contemplating this last gig that this lady had booked for us because it was on our last day. So we were supposed to play the gig at, I think, on the Sunday or in the afternoon at 2. And then we were going to jump into the car and drive home because we had nowhere to stay that night and we didn't have enough money to stay anywhere that night. And then we get there, and she gets there. She doesn't even get there. We get there. I go inside. I look. They're still building this place. I call my manager, and I'm like, bro, what the hell is going on? It was before David was our manager. Indian Productions at that time. So I call Zita. I'm like, Zita, what the hell is going on? This bar is barely built. And she calls the booking agent. She rocks up, and she's like, oh no, they thought it would be ready and it's not. But you know what? We can play for her and the owner, and we'll still get we were supposed to get 2.5. We got like 1,500, I think, or 1,000 rand, and she was going to EFT the rest of the 500. And that money was the money we were supposed to take home. So can you imagine the mess up of a tour that was?
It's a very passionate story. I don't think I would have been very calm in your situation or in your shoes.
We were so tired, dude. It was the last day of tour. I didn't even put on my onesie because I was just like, I'm done. I don't want to play. Let me go. Let me just go.
Truly pushed his limit.
Yeah. If that was in the middle of the tour, I would have lost it, right? I think we all would have. But at the end, we were just like, oh, whatever. Just get this over with. Go home.
The whole idea, the only reason we played that sort of gig was because we needed the money to get home. I mean, it was our very first tour. No, it wasn't our first tour. It was our very first tour, because we had no money at all, and that was the money that was supposed to get us home. And this guy gives us. I remember they gave us 1,000 rand, and we've got 2 cars to get back to Pretoria on 1,000 rand.
He gave us some beer as well, which was nice.
That was nice.
I think if we can go back right now after lockdown, right? And play a Peaky Blinders show. This would be a heck of a story to tell, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would actually be great, dude.
I find this hilarious because I've played a show at Peaky Blinders, and I can assure you that it is now complete. That it is a finished venue now.
It's actually up and running.
Yes, so I can assure you that it is a complete venue now.
No, we need to play there. It's done. It's settled. We also played almost, I would say, 97% of all beaches there, just to busking.
Yeah, we ran out of money a couple of times, so we would literally just go down to the beach with the guitar and busk.
Hope for the best.
Yeah, we made it, bro. And I think these are the stories. Those tours, especially that first tour, I think that was when we really started to gel and become a band. We got on each other's nerves. We became the best of friends. We became brothers, and we really got to know each other.
That's fantastic. There's one venue though out of that whole list. There's one. You guys have never played the Winston Pub in Durban.
Interestingly enough, so the first time we went down, I don't know how many times I called that place, and they just weren't hearing my story, bro, and they weren't hearing my manager's story. And we've just never been able to play the Winston, and we've always wanted to. Well, I have.
That's sad because I would love. That's like my home ground down here in Durban. I would love to see you guys there.
Well, let's play with you, bruh. We'll open for you.
I wonder how this would go down, considering that it's mostly a metal band.
Dude, we have literally played every single crowd there is. Like, we've done Super Afrikaans Middelburg crowds. We've done Halloween. We've gone to Vereniging. we've played in the heart of Zululand. Like, we can make it work with anyone.
That's fantastic. Like that's a really good like sort of trait to have as a band. Just easily slot into anything.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing we pride ourselves in, is that we can play to any crowd, and I think that the biggest thing is our message is, out of all the different people and different cultures and different types of things there are in South Africa, we talk to them in a universal language of music, and I think that's what we really strive for.
No, that's a great message to have as a band as well. That's that. It also just brings out a whole like message of all inclusive, and that's also fantastic.
I mean, like, I feel like my aim for Zebra is to be like a Mango Groove or Freshly Ground kind of effect. You know, you could be arguing, like two different cultures can be arguing in the same venue, right? As soon as Mango Groove or Freshly Ground starts playing that first note, the whole crowd's just like, "Brah, grab a beer with me. It's on me." "No, man, it's on me," kind of thing. And we just unite like a flippin' bombshell, dude.
No, that's absolutely fantastic. Now, guys, in closing, there's two things I want to find out. Okay, first of all, we close out the episodes with a song from the artist. What song would you guys like us to close out on here?
I would vote JD.
I said JD, bro.
JD is that song, man.
All right, fantastic. So we'll close out with that. Now, one last thing. Do you guys have any shout-outs to make to anyone who might be listening? Is there anyone you would like to say anything to? That would be great.
I want to obviously make a shout-out to all the sponsors. So, Poison City, Dakota Lee, Love Maru, that lovely rolling brand. Thank you. And obviously, biggest shout-out to the homie David, Devo. We thank you. We love what you do, man. We love everything that you do. And then I think I just wanted to make a shout out to all the people that keep on supporting us. We love you.
I've got a whole list here, but I'm not sure how long we got. Can I read my Emmy speech here? No, I'm joking. Just to my girlfriend, mom, dad, dankie vir die geld. Ivan's mom, dankie Tannie. I'm good.
For me, just Presbyterian Church. You guys are kind of cool.
I completely missed that, but I can see everyone else is ripping themselves. So I turned away for a second and missed something. Guys, thank you so much for pulling through and taking time out of your schedule to do this. And I see that illegal cigarette and has immediately made me crave.
It's a homemade cigarette.
Yeah, bro. I grew my own tobaccos.
Oh, no, that's fantastic.
You can go with that. Yeah,
that's to you.
Listen, man, I also want to just say thank you to you guys and thank you for having us, bro. You know, when we get like requests for like, or when we hear that we're gonna be on a podcast or something like that, we always think it's the weirdest thing because we're like, are we those guys? Are we actually there? Do we get to do like interviews and shit? So yeah, man, thank you for having us and keep doing what you guys are doing, bro. I think it's always awesome to get in behind the music and hear what other musicians have to say and all that, man. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. Guys, once again, just thank you so much. And yeah, it's wonderful always getting to chat to new musicians and getting different opinions and getting different things. So like I've honestly enjoyed it. Like it's been a ride. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, man. So hopefully we'll play a gig with you the next time we go in Durban, man. We definitely.
Yeah, dude, I'd be stoked. I can't wait.
Yes. Or we'll just have a party, man. As long as we're in Durban, you're in Durban, we should party. That's us everywhere.
No, fantastic. Guys, I'm going to end it here. Thank you so much for chatting with me and enjoy your evening.
You too.
Thank you.
Are you a cigarette? 'Cause I wanna pull you, I wanna pull you. And do you know for the next you're cold. One moment we're dancing, the next you're kicking me out. Oh Lord, I'm at a crossroads, you at the end, the other end, my life. Where are you? Tell me what you want, tell me what you need. JD, JD. Tell me what you want, tell me what you need. JD, JD.
Tell me that, call me sis, call me fat. Walk me back, but you want me to back. But my walk backpack is hidden in the back. Now I'm already one for the charm. If you're gonna hold my heart, I'ma need the other arm. Now I'm already one for the sun. But if you're gonna come and gun face, then you know that it's on. You're just confusing me. You got a job, got a car, but you're using me. If that's the case, why you not doing like just for one call powder? Cause you are just a trick, you are not bipolar.
You tell me what you want, tell me what you need. JD, JD. You tell me what you want, tell me what you need. JD, JD. Tell me what you want, tell me what you need.
Check my haircut, boys. How do you think? Where do I look?
I don't know how you're gonna headbang, bro.
I'll wear a wig, bro.
Gooi.